Donald Trump's dire threats of conflagration aimed at Pyongyang are likely to add yet more unpredictability to an already dangerous nuclear standoff on the Korean peninsula. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Trump threatens North Korea with fire and fury. The U.S. president's fire and fury rhetoric echoed the language of North Korean propaganda, and served as the reminder that on both sides of the lines in the confrontation, there are now volatile and brittle leaders, each insecure in their position and anxious to bolster their strongman image. Trump vows to answer North Korea's nuclear threats with fire and fury. Read more. Another downside of Trump's threat, pointed out by former Defense Secretary William Perry, is that if there is no policy or plan to follow such dire warnings, the president's credibility will continue to dwindle. Nuclear deterrence is only effective if threats are deemed credible. Bluster hurts our national security posture, Perry said. In a tweet, analysts warned that the dangers of miscalculation were increased by the uncertainty among friend and foe alike over what Trump administration policy is on North Korea amid a welter of contradictory statements from top officials. We spend a lot of time trying to make sure that when we faced a crisis we were on the same page, we knew what we wanted to achieve, and we were able to communicate that to allies and adversaries. John Wolfthal, a former special assistant to President Obama on arms control and non-proliferation. It's unclear why that hasn't happened in this administration. The U.S. envoy to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, won a significant diplomatic victory on Saturday, with a Security Council vote to impose a substantial new package of sanctions on North Korea, in response to its accelerating work on developing a nuclear intercontinental ballistic missile. The regime in Pyongyang threatened to retaliate with physical action, and that seems to have caused the escalation of rhetoric, with Trump threatening fire and fury in the event of even a threat of a North Korean attack on the U.S. Wolfthal warned the attempted intimidation would backfire. Kim Jong-un is already paranoid, he said. If he is going to take the president at face value, then the risk of preemption and miscalculation are extraordinarily high. The North Koreans know that we have a massive superiority in conventional and nuclear forces, so their only hope is to strike us hard and fast and prevent us from reinforcing our allies or getting organized for a conflict, Wolfthal said. When tensions are high, any event, even something accidental like a power cut or an explosion in a munitions factory, could be interpreted as a first strike. Trump's outburst came just a day after his Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, had made an offer of talks if North Korea halted its missile tests.